Welcome back to the NFL on Fox. This is a gorgeous Sunday afternoon in New Orleans, Louisiana, in Week 17 around the National Football League, the final regular season game at New Orleans, Louisiana. As two longtime division rivals get together, it's the Falcons and the Saints to wrap up the NFC South in the NFL season here on Fox. And welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Tyler at 51L. This will be a lot of fun today. Two highest scoring teams in the NFL. You got Drew Brees and the Red Hot Saints and the Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan, and two high power packed offenses together. And they got a magnificent wide receivers and a magnificent defense for both of these teams. And they're one of the highest scoring teams in their division. And with a win for the Atlanta Falcons, they'll finish in high style here today against the Saints. And from the mood of Drew Brees, who continues his fifth 5,000-yard season for here on Fox. This will be a lot of fun today here in the NFC South. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana, here on Fox. We got the red-hot New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons here in Week 17 in the National Football League here on Fox. To wrap up the NFC South in their NFL season. The Saints won the toss. They had deferred, so Atlanta will get things started here today against the Saints. Will Lutz kicks it, and here we go. With Marvin Hall to receive out of the 5, and well covered by New Orleans. AJ Klein was in on the stop. This city's been lit up all year long, and the Atlanta Falcons offense is on the field to start the day. Ryan to start with a throw, unleashes, finds his man, that's Julio Jones. Gets into New Orleans territory for a first down for the Falcons. Julio Jones throughout the season, who leads the league in receiving yards, and he was working against Eli Apple, AJ Klein, and Marcus Williams. And this is a phenomenal defense for the New Orleans Saints, and they got a lot of power-packed defensive players for this team. And Sean Payton, wide open, Austin Hooper for another Atlanta first down out to the 35-yard line. This can't be that easy for the Atlanta Falcons offense. Ryan, who had a phenomenal season, he was working against AJ Klein, and this has been a big development this year for Austin Hooper. Ryan can't find anyone. Throws it for Julio, and Julio has another first down. He's inside the 31-yard line of the Saints. A phenomenal job by Matt Ryan. It can't be this easy for Matt Ryan in this offense. He's got a lot of weapons out for this team. You got Julio Jones and two phenomenal receivers in free agency, Mohamed Sanu and Taylor Gabriel, who we saw last week had three touchdowns in this game, in the game against the Baltimore Ravens. Ryan being rushed, throws it deep for Taylor Gabriel, and it's incomplete. Great job by the Saints defensive front and Cameron Jordan and Tyler Davison. They went for a blitz that time. Ryan had to get rid of it. He almost threw a completion to Taylor Gabriel, who was dealing with a foot injury. He was out against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Freeman on the carry has a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down and 4. His first 3rd down of the game against the Saints. They're facing the first 3rd down of the game. Ryan and Freeman has another first down. He's inside the 15 and finally tackled inside the 12-yard line of the Saints. We talked about these backs for the Atlanta Falcons. You got Tevin Coleman and this guy, Devontae Freeman, who's great in the passing game and great as receivers. Alex Unzalone came in to make a nice tackle. They scored on their opening possession in 5 straight games. No team has done it 6 in a row in an NFL game. The Falcons are the first. Julio Jones into the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. And Matt Ryan's fired up. The Saints were lined up in man coverage underneath the safety help over the top to Julio Jones. He was working against Marshawn Lattimore, one of the best corners in the league. He was working, and Julio Jones, no stopping that combination. Well, Julio's in the end zone. A nice job by Matt Ryan in the offense to get on the board first. And here comes New Orleans to receive with Ted Ginn, former Carolina Panther, taking it out of the end zone. And Ted Ginn gets whacked by the punter Matt Bosher inside the 25 of the Falcons. And Drew Brees in the offense is on the field. A nice job by Matt Bosher, the punter. You don't see that very often. He lowers his shoulder and makes a nice hit at the 15-yard line. Here comes Drew Brees and the Red Hot Saints. Alvin Kamara in that tailback. Brees passes incomplete for Michael Thomas, the Ohio State wide receiver, who couldn't catch that ball through 2 Falcons defenders. We talked about these weapons for Drew Brees. You got Michael Thomas and Ted Ginn, Tre'Quan Smith, and all these players for the Saints. And they have been phenomenal all season long. They're the highest scoring team, one of the highest scoring teams in the NFL. Drew Brees wide open is Michael Thomas, who goes over 1,000 yards for the season. For a Saints first down at the Falcons 40-yard line. That was a nice throw by Drew Brees, going through a defender, Robert Alford, who's in excellent position to catch an interception. But Drew Brees throws a very accurate pass. That's something Drew Brees has done all year long. Wide open, Tre'Quan Smith, the rookie, goes inside the 30-yard line for another Saints first down. That was a great formation by the Saints. You got Alvin Kamara in that tailback, and Tre'Quan Smith was wide open. The Falcons were lined up in zone coverage. He's been a big weapon so far. Empty set for New Orleans. Down the field, and it's caught by Michael Thomas, short of the goal line. For another Saints first down. Michael Thomas has 2 receptions in this game. He was wide open with 2 Falcons defenders. You got Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, one of the hardest hitting safeties in the NFL for this defense. And Brees is sacked by Grady Jarrett. Great job by the Falcons to get a safety on a handoff that was intended for Mark Ingram. And that's the end of the first quarter. Second and goal. At the 1-yard line, handoff to Ingram, and that he's in for a Saints touchdown. Mark Ingram, he already had his first 1,000-yard season in 26-17 at the final regular season game at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. and Atlanta beat them easily with a 38-35 win against the Saints. And it's a tie game here in Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Here's Marvin Hall around the 10-yard line, and Marvin Hall getting blocks inside the 30. Nice job by special teams for the Atlanta Falcons. Marvin Hall had great blocking over the middle, and AJ Klein, who's been great all season long. And they've been a big development so far during the season for this winning stretch. And Freeman found a hole. He's across midfield. Devontae Freeman inside the 20, the 10. One man to beat. Touchdown. 65 yards. First play from scrimmage in this second quarter in the first half, and Devontae Freeman, who's a between the tackle kind of running back. We talked about some news in the NFL that Devontae Freeman could be their starting slot receiver around the NFL. Dallas Cowboys spreading rumors that he could be like Cole Beasley, and Cole Beasley hasn't been covered for years. Bryant's kick is good. 14-7. This is a one-score game in the start of the second quarter. With a 65-yard touchdown rush for Devontae Freeman. Ted Ginn takes a knee, and here comes New Orleans back on the field. Great job by the Saints' last drive to score the touchdown with Mark Ingram. Wide open, Tre'Quan Smith, the rookie. Great job by Tre'Quan Smith to get wide open on that play for Drew Brees. And Brees wants to fire out the backfield, and gets taken down at the line of scrimmage by Devondre Campbell, who hasn't had much playing time on defense for the Falcons. An excellent tackle on Devondre Campbell. Almost gets tripped up, but somehow he gets his hands in there to prevent a first down for Mark Ingram. Between periods, meanwhile, Brees bringing rush, and it's intercepted by Atlanta. It's Ricardo Allen. Ricardo Allen into Saints territory, inside the 40-yard line. Usually when you see a play like that, it's because the defense is in man coverage. The Falcons are playing zone. Ricardo Allen jumping a Michael Thomas's route, and Allen has their first interception of the day. Here's Ryan to throw. Downfield for Mohamed Sanu. What a catch by Mohamed Sanu for a Falcons first down. That was a nice catch along the sideline by Mohamed Sanu. There was a very nice pass along the sideline from Mohamed Sanu. He was able to keep his feet in that bounds and secure the football. What a drive by the Falcons offense. Hand out to Freeman. Able to stay on his feet, has a gain of 6. Marcus Williams from behind takes him down, and the Falcons is in great prime shape with 44 seconds left of the half. A nice inside cut by Devontae Freeman. Tyler Davison, the defensive tackle, on a nice play by Freeman. 2nd and 4. Ryan throws it. It's caught by Taylor Gabriel for another Falcons first down. Out to the 15-yard line of the Saints. Taylor Gabriel, who is out with a foot injury against the Jaguars. Ryan was being rushed, and he throws a dart in there from Mohamed Sanu. Number 29 for the Saints was Kurt Coleman, who's on the coverage on Gabriel. Ryan steps up, and now he throws. Intercepted. In the end zone, Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints put together a drive for a defensive interception from Matt Ryan. Ryan was being rushed and throws a high pass from Mohamed Sanu that was intercepted. Marshawn Lattimore, one of the best defensive players for the Saints, arguably one of the best defensive players around the league. Here's Mark Ingram. Finally gets taken down by Grady Jarrett for a gain of 2. After that drive followed by the interception, Mark Ingram's been effective all season long for the Saints, along with Alvin Kamara, who's been phenomenal all season long. Here in Week 17, this is a great matchup in the NFC South, and this will be a lot of fun to watch next season. And the Visa halftime port's coming up, and that's it. And the Visa halftime port is here. Nice job by the Falcons drive last drive with Mohamed Sanu with a great catch along the sideline. They've been big weapons so far. Taylor Gabriel and Mohamed Sanu and Julio Jones. These are great dynamic receivers for this offense to complement Matt Ryan. And they're under their 2nd year with offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan. And what a drive for the Saints. They're able to get a turnover defensively from Matt Ryan, throwing his first interception. A great drive by Marshawn Lattimore. The Visa halftime port is all through. Meanwhile, Oakland is playing right now. So is Kansas City. Both those teams trying to be the number 2 seed. The Visa halftime. The Saints get the ball to start the second half. And here we go. The second half is underway with Matt Bryant kicking it away. Ted Ginn. And the Saints will set up at the 25 with Drew Brees and company back on the field. After that last drive with an interception from Matt Ryan in the end zone. Brees gets hit as he throws it. Almost picked off by Desmond Trufant on a ball that was intended for Traquan Smith, who's been targeted multiple times throughout the game. And Brees gets hit real hard. Arguably, there was no flag on the play for roughing the passer. Great job by the Falcons. But almost came down with a turnover defensively against the Saints. Brees wants to fire. Backside open Alvin Kamara. And Alvin Kamara for another first down. On a catch and run for 11 yards and a first down. And the Saints put together a drive with Alvin Kamara out of the backfield off a play fake for Ingram. Keanu Neal was in there, able to prevent a nice hit on Alvin Kamara, but luckily he's okay. 1st and 10, blitz coming. Back foot throws, completes. Josh Hill, the tight end, inside the 40. A gain of 4 yards in a 2nd down and 6 out of the Saints. This offensive line is really great. You got Max Unger at the center position, and they've been a big development so far throughout this game. And Deion Jones who is a New Orleans native who grew up here and had never been in the dome prior to this evening. But he's in the dome and he makes a nice tackle on Josh Hill. Out of the backfield, and it's on a screen to Josh Hill. Incomplete. Brian Poole knocks that one away. And the Saints are facing their first third down of the half against the Falcons. On a ball that was intended for Josh Hill, and it's broken up nicely by Poole, who came in as an undrafted free agent from Florida to complement this secondary for Atlanta. Empty set for New Orleans, and Breeze being rushed, and it's caught by Mark Ingram out of the backfield for another Saints first down. The Saints are 3 out of 2 on 3 for 4 on third down in this game. Drew Brees was being rushed, and it was a beautiful catch by Mark Ingram working against Desmond Trufant. Atlanta really has to find a way to stop Drew Brees in the offense. It's a one-score game though, and the pass is caught by Michael Thomas, one of the best receivers out there, who's the main becoming the main receiver for this offense. That ball was perfectly placed. He was working against Duke Riley, the LSU linebacker, drafted by the Falcons in 2017. He's a great player to complement some of these linebackers for the Falcons. And Michael Thomas passes incomplete. Robert Alford on the incompletion. A super nice play made by Robert Alford to break that one off. And that ball was knocked away. That ball was up for grabs. Keanu Neal looked like he was about to get a pick though, but that ball hits the ground quickly. 3rd down and 5. They convert on their last drive. Breeze wants to fire. Backside open. Michael Thomas. Come on. This receiver is outstanding. A guy who came in 2016 as a rookie from Ohio State, who went over his first 1,000 yards for the season. He's been the big weapon so far, and he's down at the 20-yard line, hit by Keanu Neal. This is a player that can blow the top off any defense in the league. You saw the job that he does getting down the field. Almost picked off on a ball intended for Mark Ingram, and Drew Brees gets hit, but he was slow to get up. Nice drive that was a drive that could have been nearly a costly turnover defensively for Atlanta, and Robert Alford, who couldn't haul that one in and able to get in there. But they're right in field goal range with 30 seconds left on the clock, with movement prior to the snap. Breeze wants to throw. Wide open is Austin Carr. His first catch of the game for 8 yards. One of the other receivers in this game. We talked about this offense for the Saints and talk about an out-of-position quarterback who's playing mostly a receiver in this game. We got the guy is named Taysom Hill, and he's been a big development for the Saints in offense. To complement Drew Brees, and it's caught by Josh Hill. Down inside the 2 to set up 1st and goal. And the Saints creep closer to tying this game. And Josh Hill able to get stopped before he gets into the end zone by Allen and Campbell. 1st and goal for New Orleans, and Drew Brees and the Saints are red hot all day long. Brees hand off to Mark Ingram for the touchdown. Mark Ingram, a spectacular player, gets tripped in the end zone. And DeMonte Casey couldn't get the stop. What a drive by the Saints. This is an extra point to tie this game. And that's good. Will Lutz, the Georgia native, makes this a tie game. And Atlanta has to find a way to break this tie against one of the #1 scoring offenses in the league, Drew Brees and the Saints. Marvin Hall has a return. Tries to put a spin move on Kamara, but it's not going to work. He's down inside the 20 for the Falcons. Matt Ryan has to be on his toes against the Saints defense. Ryan throws it away, and it's smart move by Matt Ryan, able to throw that one away. Tyler Davison was all of Matt Ryan's face, and Sheldon Rankins, one of the defensive tackles in this game, to get a stop. Alex Okafor was in Matt Ryan's face. Ryan gets rid of it as he throws it, and it's downfield, and it's incomplete for Julio Jones. Same situation it was before when Atlanta converted on 3rd down for Julio Jones in that last drive. Ryan was being rushed with the pocket collapsing. They went for a blitz that time, but Julio Jones unable to catch that one through 2 Saints defenders, Davis and Lattimore. This is a critical 3rd down in this game. Handoff to Freeman. No one out there. 1st down and more. Freeman off to the races. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Atlanta. And Atlanta builds upon their lead to break this tie with a 75-yard touchdown rush. Actually, an 80-yard rush carry for a touchdown. And Atlanta has gone back on top. A little bit of serendipity, some unexpected good fortune, and Devontae Freeman gets to spike it. And they're going to use a 2-point conversion to make this game iced. Ryan being rushed, throws it, and it's caught by Austin Hooper for a 2-point conversion. On the 2-point conversion, Atlanta is great. It's been great all season long, especially Matt Ryan when you mentioned in the MVP candidate. Austin Hooper with strong hands at the point of the catch against Alex Alonso. Bryant kicks it away. Let's see, it's Drew Brees' turn to answer Matt Ryan and this offense. And Ted Ginn gets whacked so hard by DeMonte Casey, who led the league in interceptions. 7 interceptions of the year. Best for DeMonte Casey, the San Diego native, who was drafted by the Falcons, who has a lot of playing action for the year. Between periods, meanwhile, Austin Carr on the reception, good for 3 yards. Ryan Poole on a nice play on Carr. Ingram in the backfield with Josh Hill in motion. Ryan Brees wants off, intercepted by Atlanta. Exactly what they needed. It's Trufant, Desmond Trufant, still on his feet inside the 35. Desmond Trufant. Oh my goodness. And Atlanta has the first turnover of the afternoon as Trufant picks off Traquan Smith, and they're going to get Drew Brees on that one. He was running circles throughout the Saints offense. And Atlanta has their first interception of the game. Ryan throws a dart from Mohamed Sanu. Has a 1st down. The Saints use their first timeout. Now the Saints really got to get to work. Find a way to stop Atlanta from scoring any more. especially from this guy, Mohamed Sanu, who was working at Eli Apple, the former New York Giant, who was brought in to solidify the defense for the Saints for Sean Payton. Ryan steps up, and now he throws. First down for Mohamed Sanu. First and goal. Monty Teo calls the timeout. And Atlanta creeps closer. And a first and goal for Atlanta. Davis and Lattimore were on the coverage. And Ryan throws, and it's hung up in the air and intended for Mohamed Sanu. No flags on the play. Good call by the referees. Ryan throws it. Pass is caught. Jones for the touchdown. On a situation like this, you get it to number 11, and Julio Jones has his first red zone touchdown of the game. At that side, but watch the footwork here as well against Marshawn Lattimore. Beats him immediately, but watch him get the toes down. And goes tap tap. And Atlanta's going to do another 2-point conversion try to ice this game. Ryan throws, pass is caught. An absolute clinic put on by the Falcons offensively here in the second half. And they add to their lead. Well-designed play made by Austin Hooper. They're going to go for a quick slant over the middle for a 2-point conversion for Austin Hooper. I say the Falcons going to finish in high style here today against the New Orleans Saints. This is a 30-14 game. Breeze being rushed, and it's caught by Austin Carr for a first down. A much-needed reception for Drew Brees in the offense. Trufant was trying to knock that one out, but Drew Brees making accurate throw. He was being rushed by Vic Beasley, and Vic Beasley has all been rushed throughout this whole season. You've seen last week 4 sacks against Joe Flacco against the Ravens last week. Brees in passes caught by the loss of 2 by Mark Ingram. Brian Poole again. They're left with 1 timeout left on the clock. And a touchdown is big. A few touchdowns is big right now in this ball game. And it's 3rd down and 12 with an incompletion. That's that hesitation. They went on the play action. They went for a hesitation. That ball was quick and prior to the snap, and Traquan Smith was the intended target. This effort has to get in field goal range or score a touchdown at most. And Brees is sacked on Atlanta's side of the 50. Vic Beasley, who already had 4 sacks last week, has his first this today. And I say the Falcons finish this season in high style here today. Looks like the Saints want to go for it on 4th down. And Drew Brees throws it, and it's intercepted. Hung up in the air, and down with it is Ricardo Allen. And an early turnover as Atlanta has their interception. Their 2nd interception of the game. Falcons in victory formation. And the Falcons are going to win it with a 30-14 game against the Saints. And that's it. The Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons win it in the final regular season game. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next season. And this NFC South is going to be fun to watch next season. Our 10th season together has been great. Drew Brees continues his record books, his 5th 5,000-yard season. a season next season for the Atlanta Falcons. Goodbye.